Good morning. And welcome to the Boulder Valley Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. I'm Service Associate Gloria Pearlstein. My pronouns are she and her. And I'm joined today by Service Associate Scott Yeomans. Today's music is provided by Tad Coriath and Daniel Fields. And today's tech team is Larry Sherwood, Deborah Mensch, and Charlie Morris. Today's service is unique. We are honored to have with us today 8 elders from the Southern Cheyenne and Arapaho tribe who now live in Oklahoma. Their ancestors were the original people who stewarded the land that we stand upon today. And we also have with us other local guests who we will introduce and welcome in a few moments. And because of the nature of today's ceremony, we will not be doing joys and concerns today. So if you have a need for pastoral care, please see our pastoral care counselors. We are really grateful and humbled that the esteemed Cheyenne and Arapaho elders have agreed to bless our building and the land on which it stands. This sacred act connects us to the ancestral stewards of this land and reminds us of our responsibility to honor and care for it. Honored elders, we invite you to open our service with a prayer in your tradition. And on behalf of our building and grounds team and our entire congregation, we ask that you then bless our building.
Unitarian. Eastern Oxage. I would like to offer a prayer in the language that the settlers would have heard when they arrived here. So I'm going to pray in the Arapaho language. So I'm asking if you all pray with me as we so Hawaii tene ho ba he ni sana be konko ne hauna haka hata benone hebish ne ka konko ne hauna ne hebish we he sanana na hata ne ni te ina ne batan na au het ne ka ho hat ne bete batan ne au het ne ka hani a hona ne het the aku het ne ka Boulder ne ka batan we he sanana chiban nothing ne ni te ina ne hana ne hit the shina ni off na ni tana het ne ka we ne ka who hath then this hospitality from all the people here. We want to thank you. Ask them to bless them. At ne call back there. At ne call back there. Honey on her one eye. Ne need in it. We ne call who hath and they not be all and they call our mother the earth. We ne call who hath and who not deed and they call the Arapaho way of life. Who that ku now who not deed and they go and on a now who not deed and they call. We ne call span nothing there. Benin and not that Benin his saying and only all one and that all do and they call about that. And they call who has and then they call now and they not be all when they had and he saw it and they share and they call that dina sabe day. Amen. I'd like to sing two Arapaho hymns. The first one comes from a small country church that my wife and family used to attend called Swapping Back. ne ta e na u he wa ta tha I a hu tha te ku na ha na ba ti hơ na ta he sa na ni ni a hu tha te ku na ha na ba ti hơ na ta he sa na ni ni ne ta e na u he wa ta tha I a hu tha te ku na ha na ba ti hơ na ta he sa na ni ni a hu tha te ku na ha na ba ti hơ na ta he sa na ni ni I tha te ha na ba hi na ti hei sa na ne ti ne ta e ne ta the hi ne ti hei sa na ne ti I tha te ha na ba hei sa na ne ti I tha te ha na ba ne ta e ne ta the hi ne ti I tha te ha na ba hi ne ti hei sa na ne ti ne ta e ne ta the hi ne ti hei sa na ne ti I tha te ha na ba hei sa na ne ti I tha te ha na ba ne ta e ne ta the hi ne ti Vậy hờ
Thank you. We are honored to have you here, grateful for your blessing, grateful for your sharing. Thank you. I'm now going to say our congregation's traditional words of welcome. You are all welcome here today. In all the beauty of languages, cultures, skin tones, shapes, and sizes, gifts and challenges that come together in your uniqueness, you are welcome here. In all the ways you experience and express gender, you are welcome here. In the beauty of who you love and how you love, you are welcome here. In all the ways you make your living and the places you are from, you are welcome here today. With all the traditions that inform your spiritual life, you are welcome here today. No matter how long you are away, nor how soon you return, you are welcome here. Whether you come with laughter in your heart or tears, you are welcome here. You are invited to join us with a curious mind, a loving heart, and a willing spirit. We welcome you all today. If you're a new visitor here, please come back a few times to really get to know us. If you're a newcomer on Zoom, you can check out the links in the chat to help you get connected. And those newcomers here in person can stop by the welcome table in the foyer for fellowship information or use the QR code at the back of the hymnal. Following the service, everyone on Zoom is welcome to stay online for casual conversation. And if you're here in person today, you're welcome to enjoy our coffee hour in the fellowship hall or outdoors. If you're on Zoom, please feel free to greet each other now in the chat. And if you're a newcomer, let us know so that we can greet you. And if you're here in person today, please take a moment to greet the neighbors around you. You are all truly welcome here today. Now we'll light our chalice. If you have a chalice at home, you can light it as we light our fellowship chalice. Please say the words along with me. We light this chalice for the warmth of love, the light of truth, and the energy of action. And now I'll sing our bowl again, inviting it to draw you deeper into the present moment and this, our beloved community. Please follow the sound of the bowl into a moment of silence.
Good morning, everyone. We have an opportunity to sing together. So if you pull out your teal hymnal, we're going to be on number 1010, We Give Thanks. So please rise in body or spirit and join in singing. We're going to sing it through 3 times, I'm told. We give thanks for this precious day.
Good morning. My name is Janet Meyer. I use she, her pronouns, and I am the outgoing president of this congregation. This is my last day.
And I'm Robin Rathweg, and I'm the incoming president, and tomorrow is my first day.
And I am honored to welcome our guests. We've had such a lovely weekend together, and I know that they told us they had a meaningful and wonderful time in the mountains before they joined us here. I want to thank Chris Atano for all the work that she did to help us come together in this moment. One of the unsung heroes here. So I want to lift up right now that many, many people came together to make this meeting possible. I'm not going to list everybody. I know that you're grateful for that. But I will say that it took volunteers and generous folks and a lot of help to get the folks all together. And I want to lift up today that I've had the honor to meet and visit some with the elders of this delegation. The youth right now are enjoying some time. I think they're doing a tie-dye activity, so I hope they're having fun. The elders who are joining us in this service today are Fred Mosqueda and Mary Mosqueda, Grant Fletcher and John Fletcher, Frank and Pauline Medicine Water, Donalyn Sandoval, and Tina Littleman. So let's all welcome them here this morning. Thank you. Thank you.
We welcome you today, and I'd also like to take this chance to acknowledge that the land surrounding us is the stolen territory of the Arapaho people, and that many Native peoples roam freely on this land for millennia before the arrival of white settlers. Only 100 years ago, Native Americans were conferred U.S. citizenship. With this new status, they should have had the same power as other citizens to shape America, but it took another 40 years of relentless struggle for all Native people to secure the vote. Welcome. Now, I'd like to also welcome some of our honorable guests here, some of our local luminaries, I guess. The Honorable J.D. Mangat, is that correct pronunciation? Okay. Who is the mayor of Lafayette, who is joining us today. And Councilor Rachel Hansen, is she here today? No, okay. Pastor A.J. Blackwood, the Mountaintop Community Minister, is here today. And Krista Mortensen, yes, back there in the back, who is with Thorn Nature Center Development Director. Now, I think some of the people that I just mentioned wanted to say a few words. Do you want to say a few words? Okay.
Congratulations on the new gig. Thank you so much. I just want to say welcome to everybody, and thank you so much for inviting me this morning. I've had the opportunity to work with your organization a couple times in the past, and you have all been so generous and grateful and so kind. I mean, there's you earlier today we were spending a moment welcoming each other, and I felt welcomed, and so I just want to say that goes a long way. It makes you feel just happy to be here and excited to be a part of something great. So thank you so much for the opportunity to be here. I just wanted to welcome our guests from the Cheyenne and Arapaho tribes that are here to experience this with us, and to let you all know about, one of the most amazing things that I learned that you all are working on is introducing youth to the communities here, teaching them about your values, but also showing them what opportunities exist out here. And I wanted to share some of those through what the city of Lafayette has been doing specifically for youth, for everyone in the room right now, so you all are aware, for maybe your kids or other youth in the community that you think could take advantage of them. And so I'll start by saying, you guys know like the Denver Broncos, right? We love the Broncos here in Colorado. And just a year or so ago, the team was sold to a new ownership. And when that happened, the stadium we have, Mile High Stadium, the name is always changing, so we don't know the actual name of it. But Mile High Stadium, as it's sort of known, when the ownership changed, that stadium was built through like a metro district, and so cities and communities like Lafayette were investing in it. And so when the team sold, we got a return on that investment, and so the city of Lafayette received just over $200,000, and that money is earmarked for youth services. Which is awesome. And our surrounding communities receive money as well. And so what we did with the city of Lafayette is we used that money to, number one, we gave rec center passes out to the youth, and we still have tons of left. So if any of you are interested in taking advantage of that program to get your the young students in for free at our water park or a rec center, please let me know or reach out to the city to take advantage of that program. We also invested in camp scholarships over the summer. We spent a good chunk of that money making sure that youth had free and fun programming to do in Lafayette. One other thing I'll quickly mention is that several years ago, there was a public safety tax. I feel like I'm being very loud right now. Am I loud? I'm a teacher by day, so I don't need really a microphone. Got it. So I'll quiet down a little bit. So a few years ago, there was a public safety tax that was passed, I believe in 2015, which earmarked about $85,000 per year to be spent dedicated to youth safety and youth engagement. And so that money, we can be flexible with that. But what we spent the last year doing is working with several nonprofits throughout the city to transport youth from schools like Angevine Middle School, where I teach, to various nonprofits in the community. For example, there is an organization called the Muse that teaches young kids how to produce and make music and learn how to play instruments and things like that. So they would take the youth there on Mondays. Then on Tuesdays, they would go to the Arts Hub, where they can learn theater and various arts, performing arts like that. Then on a Wednesday, they went to the YMCA, where they had gaming, video games, e-gaming, which is apparently is a career now. And then on Thursday, they would go to the library, where they had an engineering makerspace. So essentially, what we were doing with that money is we were connecting the youth to the community in so many different ways, with so many different interests that students may have had, and they could pick certain days to join, to hop on the bus and go to that nonprofit. And so there's a lot of great stuff that we're doing for the youth and community. I appreciate that all the work that you all, our guests here today, have put in for your youth. And if anyone in the audience today wants to learn more about some great youth initiatives we have going on in the city, please reach out to me directly. I have one cell phone number, and it goes right here, and it's on the city website. I don't have Google Voice or like a secretary or something. I just sit in my room and pick up calls like this. And so it's the same phone number all my friends and family have, and so it is directly on the city website. So feel free to email me, text, or call at any time, and we can get you connected to some great city services. So thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.
I'm Pastor A.J. Blackwood. I don't know why I brought this up here. There's nothing on it. Mr. Mayor, thank you for having some passion and making it so I'm not the only one that's loud in this place. I so often go into UU space and get in trouble for being loud and talking with my hands and all the things. So thank you for making me feel comfortable in my own space. So I am AJ Blackwood. I am a Unitarian Universalist minister. I am your community minister if you have not seen my lovely face on your website. But I am the son of Alberto and Dolores. I'm the grandson of Rosa and Rafael and Juanita in Baltasar. My family is Dene. If you don't know what that means, it is the community that you will most likely know as the colonizing name of, under the colonizing name of Navajo. So I welcome you to this space. I welcome my siblings to this space. I want to thank you for the work that you do here at the mountaintop and at UU's for Racial Justice. We do the work of welcoming our Black, Indigenous, and people of color into our community. And through UU's for Racial Justice, we don't look outside, we look in. We try to figure out how do we welcome people, how do we address the racial bias, the harm, the hurt that we do in this community of Boulder Valley Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. We continue the harm every day. So this is an example of what UU's for Racial Justice does. Your community has been a founder from the beginning. You contribute your time, your money, your effort. I've met with your board, I've met with your committee on shared leadership, I've met with your Jedi team. I am kept in check by Carol, your administrator. You are doing the work. This space is becoming more and more welcoming. I was originally scheduled, if you didn't know, to speak today and to give you a message that was entitled, "I'm not your social justice project." I am not your social justice project. And that sermon was lived out today, and all I'm giving you is a minute or two of talk. So I want to thank you for welcoming my community, my family, my ancestors into this sacred space and being here together. And lastly, I will say, I want to thank Christine and Wayne for being my guides. And if you don't know who Christine and Wayne are, you need to. Because they've been my guides and my inspiration in this community. And so I want to thank you. I want to thank them for making this happen, whether it was from whatever space that exists. And for my being here is in gratitude to you. Thank you all. Thank you for giving me this time. I appreciate you. I hope to get to know you better. And for those of you who are like me and my husband, I want to close with saying, Happy Pride. Happy welcome to all of our communities.
I'm very tall. I'm also very loud, though, so this should be fine. Good morning, everyone. I won't take up too much more of your time. For those of you who don't know about Thorn, my name's Kristen Mortensen. I'm the development director there. Thorn's mission is very simple. We build earth stewardship in kids so that they grow up to love the earth and then protect it. We do this in a lot of different ways. In schools, we have a full nature preschool where the kiddos are outside all day. Thorn Summer Camp is happening right now. We also have some really, really awesome community programs. I won't list all of them because there are lots. The most exciting thing, though, is that we are now in our neighborhood. We are now in Lafayette. We just completed construction on a new nature center. It's very exciting. If you haven't seen us, we are right along the Coal Creek Trail, pretty much right at the corner of Highway 287 and South Public Road. We are now officially open to the public. If you have children, grandchildren, anybody who likes to climb and jump on trees, please come see us. It's so cool there. I'll be around in coffee if anyone has specific questions about our programming or anything like that. We'd love to get to know you. And thank you to Christine and Wayne for thinking of us for this opportunity. We're very excited to be in Lafayette and help bring earth stewardship to the kiddos here. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, guests, for joining us today. We consider ourselves to be rooted in this community, and today is a day that we're definitely digging in the dirt. So may I invite another round of applause, please, for our guest today. So we're about to move into the giving of gifts. We have two special presentations, and then we will have a presentation of blanket gifts. But first, I want to express my gratitude, our gratitude for the wisdom, courage, and joyful presence in the face of adversity that was demonstrated by our esteemed guests last night. Turns out it was an unexpected gift. There were fireworks at Wanaka Lake last night, and people were using our church lot to park in, as is common. But some of those people, some passersby, were not respectful and yelled racist sentiments and harassed our guests. And I apologize for that. Yes, this happens here, a common occurrence. More common than we would like to believe, than I would like to believe. In response, however, the youth of the delegation did two very special things. First, they placed pride flags on the windshields of every car in our parking. Yes, they placed pride flags on the windshield of every car in our lot. And they began asking people to donate to the church in exchange for parking here. Raising over $100. That would probably have taken us 10 committee meetings. But Janet is yelling truth. But the youth were able to act in the moment, spontaneously, to be present and act with love. So we appreciate that teaching. All right, thank you. First, I want to invite Member and Office Manager Carol Pranchke to come forward.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, everyone. I, too, am honored to be part of this today. Many years ago, my family was gifted 3 arrowheads. I don't know their origin, but they are beautiful to look at, a delight to behold. And I feel that in some sense, I have been caretaking them for many years. And I would be very grateful if you, Fred, would accept them from my hand into yours as a symbol of coming home.
Thank you. Thank you, Carol. And now I would like to welcome member Wayne Atano to come forward.
The magpie, which is common here but not in Oklahoma, figures in Arapaho folklore, as Fred has told us. The feathers are valued because magpies are very hard to catch. I found these feathers near my house in Boulder, one from the tail, one from the wing, and I'm presenting them to Fred as a gift from Boulder.
Thank you, Wayne. I'd like to now invite the elders from the delegation to join me on the dais. If you're not able to step up onto the dais, you're welcome to stand in front of it. And we'll have folks here to help you up. Oh, we have a... Yep. As you're making your way up, I'll continue. So to both welcome and express our fellowship's deep appreciation and respect for our visitors from the Southern Cheyenne, Arapaho Nation, we would like to formally present you with blankets depicting the Boulder Flatirons. We've invited our distinguished guests, members of the grounds team, former members of the building committee, and other fellowship members to present these blankets. Would those gift givers please also rise, come forward, and collect your blankets? So we're inviting the gift givers to stand before an elder. And you can come on up onto the dais. And once all the gift givers are on the dais, we'll invite you to present the gifts. You can get closer. You'll need to. All right. I invite you now, when you're ready and when you're close enough, to present your gift of the blanket. For the women, the blankets are being draped over their shoulders. For the men, they're being draped, not unfolded, over one of their shoulders. May these blankets be a reminder of the shared connections, both new and renewed, that our communities have woven together during the preparation for and the experiences of the cultural enrichment encampment of the past week and your stay here these past 2 nights. Thank you for allowing us to serve in this way. We are eternally grateful for the opportunity. Thank you. You may return to your seats. Thank you. Thank you, Fred. Thank you, Mary.
We have another opportunity to sing with one another. What a lovely way to join in one voice. We will be singing out the gray hymnal, 128. So 128 in the gray hymnal. You may rise in body or spirit so we can sing together. For all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. For all that life's a gift, which we are called to use to build the common good and make our own days glad. For needs which others serve, for services we give, for work and its rewards, for hours of rest and love, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our life. For sorrow we must bear, for failures, pain, and loss, for each new thing we learn, for fearful hours that pass, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our life. For all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. For all life is a gift, which we are called to use to build the common good and make our own days glad.
It is now my honor to introduce Fred Mesquita. I feel like we know him already since we've presented him with gifts and since he's shared his heart with us so meaningfully through his prayer. He is the Arapaho Language and Cultural Program Outreach Coordinator for the Cheyenne and Arapaho tribes of Oklahoma. He's also the Native American Graves Protection Act representative, a crucial role in helping tribes reclaim their cultural heritage and ensure that ancestral remains and sacred objects are treated with respect and returned to their rightful communities. Now, please welcome Fred Mesquita. Thank you. Feel free to correct me on that.
There was an Arapaho hunting party of 5 young men who left the camp and began to go up into the mountains to hunt. And while they were going, one young man stumbled off the path and hit a thorn, and it splintered in his leg. It began to swell, became very painful for him. So the other 4 made a quick shelter for him out of willows. They left him there and they said, you just try to get better. You know, you stay here, we'll continue on and we'll come back. So that's what they did. And his leg continued to swell. And when the other 4 returned with small game that they prepared and ate, his leg had swelled to enormous proportions. And without warning, his leg burst and a small child emerged from his leg. The 5 immediately claimed him as their son. And they called him Splinter Leg. And he grew at a fast rate. And his knowledge, he was constantly asking him questions. He was able to learn how to use the bow and the arrow and to hunt and to see things. And he was growing at an enormous speed. And he continued to ask his fathers, where are the people? They wanted to protect him. They keep saying, it is dangerous. It is not good to travel where the people are yet. You are still a young man. They protected him in that small shelter there. But in just a matter of a month, he was a full-grown man. And he had learned everything, and he continued to say that I want to see the people. I want to go to the people. So they finally told him, they prepared him with clothes, moccasins. They made him 3 or 4 moccasins. They told him, you are going to need these because you're going to wear them out by the time that you reach where the people are. They had gone quite a distance into the mountains. So he said, and they taught him, and they made him small weapons and such as this. And he began on his trip to find the people. And make this short story, he found the people. And he seen that the people were not living right. So he began to say, in the way it was told, he went to war against the sins of the people. Once he had cleaned out all the sins of the people, he told them, I am going to go back to my Father. And he rose into the sky, into the clouds, and went back to heaven. So when they moved us to Oklahoma, the military tasked all the churches with providing schools for our Indian children. And they went to the old elders and they said, we want to teach you about God. We want to teach you about Jesus. And as they began talking, the elders said, we know this man. He has already been here with us. Hisjebehinen is what we called him. That was Jesus. So we knew of Jesus long before we were taught about Jesus. And one of the things is that when we tell these stories, they are told from here. Even though we are in Oklahoma, these stories come from here. And so the ideal, Christy and Wayne and many others, Right Relationship Boulder, many others, wanted to bring elders and children back to our home. And they did this week. We arrived here on Sunday. We was at the church just down the road. We got to visit Lafayette. We got a tour there. It was great. Then we moved up to Allen's Park, and we put up teepees. And because of the busy time in Oklahoma, none of the chaperones made it. So I had to sleep with the children outside. And with the height, the altitude, and my age, I was a real chaperone. I was in bed before they were. So, and that's what they told me. What kind of chaperone are you? But it was a great time. We got to go up into the mountains. We got to walk some of the very, very beautiful places where our ancestors walked, where we knew these stories came from. Our elders had a chance to look at the beautiful, beautiful country here. And again, when we got here, as I said in Boulder, when we got here, we knew we were home, because this land, our mother, the earth, took care of us here. And it still does, as proved of this week. We had a very, very good time. Our children, our children come from different communities. And they didn't, at first, they were separated. They wouldn't, by Thursday, we couldn't separate them. They had bonded together, they had become close with each other, and they began to talk, where some of them are very introverted and wouldn't speak to others. You know, there's so many people that I can't think of them all, because I don't remember names that well. But I want to thank everybody. You know who you are. I want to thank the elders that came with us. And they didn't have to, you know, it's a very, very busy time right now in Oklahoma. But they took time out of their lives to come and be with us, But Christy and Wayne, thank you very much. And I thank all of you. As we say in our language, I thank you very much. Ha-ho, ha-ho, ha-than. And remember, in our language, there is no goodbye, only that we will see you again. Hatchet henana bethan. Aye? Ha-ho.
Thank you, Fred. Each week, we remind ourselves of the abundance of our lives in this community by giving half of our plate away to those organizations that share our values. Today, the half plate is for Right Relationship Boulder, and in particular focusing on their land group and the cultural enrichment encampment in which this delegation has participated all week. This encampment provided many experiences, such as setting up traditional camps, learning about native food and plants, studying Arapaho Cheyenne constellations, practicing traditional skills and crafts, and exploring the local geography. The project involved collaboration with various organizations, including the Denver Indian Center, I'm going to try this, the Owate Native American, an indigenous student organization at CU Boulder, and the Museum of Boulder. The initiative aligns with our fellowship's values of love, justice, equity, and interdependence by supporting cultural preservation and education, as well as weaving connections with those who've come before. You can text your donation at the number on the screen, or if you are at the fellowship today, place a donation in the offering plate. Please give generously, as you so often do.
Thank you. On behalf of the Boulder, I'm going to say it wrong, Boulder Valley Unitarian Universalist Fellowship, and our work in bringing love, justice, compassion, and reason to the world, and for the work of Right Relationship Boulder, we dedicate these gifts. Thank you.
My name's Tad Coreth. I'm the director of music here, he, him pronouns. Today has been a beautiful day, a beautiful morning of gratitude, of thanks, of fullness, of homecoming. And we also have a goodbye. Maybe not a goodbye, maybe until we see you again. This morning is the last Sunday that Daniel is going to. Daniel's moving back to Syracuse. So, yeah, I just wanted to say, just acknowledge that and thank him so much for his beautiful musical contributions. Obviously, his hymn leading and solo singing. He sang with our choir, 2 of our choirs. But more than more than that, he's just such a beautiful person, a beautiful light, beautiful presence, and it's been a real blessing to have him here. So, and he's getting on a plane today, right?
I'm driving.
You're driving. Oh, good.
24-hour trip.
Oh, 24-hour drive. Oh, good. So we got you some flowers. So I thought, just shove them in the overhead compartment or something. But no, you'll be in a car, so that's good.
Yes.
All right. And we have one more song that we would like to do. Do you want to say anything about it?
Yeah, I will. So, boy, this will be hard to say without crying. Yeah. So, while I was home, my brother passed away. And it's very hard. And just very grateful for my dad to be here. And this was a song that Nick used to like to sing, and we're going to try to sing it for you. We're going to attempt. I'm just very grateful for everyone here. Thank you. Thank you.
I want to share that the blessing of the building that began here will continue out onto the land after the service. And I also wanted to share that our guests will be heading out on a very long road trip after this service. So say your until next times quickly. Now, please join us in extinguishing our chalice. We extinguish this chalice, but not the warmth of love, the light of truth, or the energy of action. These we carry in our hearts until we meet again. Thank you. Go in peace.